All right, Joanne. So I am looking at the sheet here from today. So it first one, I thought you're spot on right there with that ARV. Second one, again, I thought you're spot on. We're just too far apart, so I wouldn't even mess with that one. Third one, I I think you're probably fine on the ARV. I would have there was some I don't have the map pulled up in front of me, so I'm just kind of probably not going to help much here. But I saw there the neighbor. This well, start off with Vivian is on a backs to a busy street or backs to Ward. So normally we get rid of those, but I went ahead and just comped it as was. I don't disagree with your 410. I might have come up a little bit. No, now I'm thinking about it, no, I probably wouldn't have because it backs to a busy street. So I say we go ahead and throw the offer at 410. So now I'm on to the fourth one. And you had an ARV of 400K. I'm not seeing it. So here's our property here. I'm not sure where you're getting a 400K. There's 420, there's 435, there's 427, and none of these are fixed up. So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to take a closer look at it and then see if we can figure this out. All right, so I'm coming up with an ARV around 440 on this one. Let me show you what I did. You may not have covered this video yet. By when you're struggling to find comps, what I did is I usually we just do 0 to 180 days. I went ahead and went back a year. I kept my square footage kind of the same range of that one, detached like we normally do. And I found this comp, and I was kind of suspecting it was going to be around 440 because these 420s were not fixed up, um, but um, but they're decent, right? So here's this Cody Street property, and it is almost the exact same property. Um, that compared to this, so pretty darn similar, if it's not the exact same model. So I would go with 440 on that, even though we had to go back a year in a comp. Um, I would use that 445 for, oops, not that 445. I would use, is it? Yeah, 441. I would use this guy. It looks like the exact same house. It's really nice inside, and you know, I mean that's a nice house. Really well done. So that's the one I would use. So just finishing this out, we're just put 440 here. I'm gonna move on to the next and see what else we got. All right, Joanne. So here is exposition. So I think the last one, Hazel, was good. Um, and so I'm moving on to exposition. And so when I pull this one up in the MLS, you immediately see that it's kind of it's on this corner lot of this kind of busy street. These busy streets we typically stay away from. So when I went and I copied the address, I posted it in Google, and the Google map comes up like this, and then you just click on the map, and then you just kind of rotate it around, and you can see that it's way busy. Um, I would pass on this one. Investors just it's so hard to sell these to anybody, homeowners or investors. Nobody likes to be on a busy street, so we don't typically waste our time with that. So that property I would gray out. So, um, but yeah, as you get going with this more, you'll start to notice that when you pull those up in the MLS, you'll start to notice those quicker. So there it is. You can kind of see it sitting on that corner lot of the busy street. When you see that, you want to see if there's lines running down it. So we got lines here, and we've got, whoop, I got clear over in the parking lot. And you got lines here. This is a super busy street. So anyways, moving on next. All right. So the next one is a Spring Drive. So um, we're definitely far off on this one. You had 320 as your ARV, and I think I know what you did here. I think I mean, you're focusing a lot on trying to find the exact house, maybe on this one. So here's our house, and definitely needs work. Kind of went through. It's not bad. It's actually, you know, fairly clean house, needs updating. But I think you are going off of. maybe trying to use this comp here because it's a very similar house, very similar size house. Had some stainless steel in there, but they still had the old linoleum floors. Um, it's pretty clean, but I mean, older bathroom. So I wouldn't use that as a comp. Um, we've got quite a few higher priced 380s in here. This one's brick. So, I mean, this one's a little trickier to comp, but this is the look that we're after. This is a very well done, updated house. Brand new kitchen, bathrooms, appliances, and they're at 380 for that one. So I'm leaning more towards that higher end on that. This one is looks like a bi-level of some sort, but also very well done. They're all very similar square footage range, so I'd still kind of look at that one. I'm Now all these had, I think, one or two car garages. I'm not sure this one has a garage at all. Let me see. It's off-street parking. So garages are usually worth 20. So I would be leaning more towards, 350 on this one without the garage. If you want to be conservative, not quite sure, you're fine to go in at 340, something like this. But that's kind of where I would be at on this one. All right, so the next one is over here in Commerce City. This is Kenwood Drive. You came up with 315. That's spot on for that size square foot house. I don't even need to pull that one up. I just know Commerce City really well. And you're going to get that way too with a lot of neighborhoods. But I just sold a property over there in Commerce City for about 315. That size of square foot house. It was completely rehabbed and redone. So that one's spot on. Good job. All right, Joanne. So the last one here is, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but there's another neighborhood I know quite well. It's Montbello area. I've done a lot of wholesale deals up here and a few flips. And yeah, I think you're spot on with that one as well. So overall, great job. So I'm actually really impressed with what you've done here and how quickly you're picking up on this. I mean, you weren't far off on very many at all, and you're going to get nothing but better as you start doing these trainings. But I mean, for the first day, amazing, good job. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and tomorrow I'm going to have you go ahead and send these offers out, and we'll just keep plugging away at it. So, anyways, that's it. So, talk to you soon.